All right, Rippers, it's good to see you again. Nice to have you back. So today what we're going to do is something a little different. I got good news or bad news, depending on how you want to look at it. Now, if it was me and it was happening to me, well, which it has, but, well, not exactly. Anyway, Benny is getting his, yep, got to do it. Love to have puppies with him sometime down the road, but you know, usually when a dog is a mixed breed, people don't want to breed like that. And it's part of our agreement from the foster facility, you know, that we got him from. We got him from a special bully foster facility. He's actually from LA, so he's a liberal, right? But I'm training him, so we'll break that. Anyway, that being said, part of the agreement is we got to have him fixed, and they give us money back. So times are really, really tight, so that's what we're going to do. But you know what? You've all seen the cone of shame that they put on those dogs, right? For one, it's a pain. For two, he's always knocking into and running into things. Hey, get away from that food. He's trying to get my dinner. Benny, get. Okay, he truly is. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I don't like the idea of the cone of shame. It doesn't work very well. Like I said, it's embarrassing to him. It's hard for him to get around. It won't go well in his sleeping area. So we're going to make him something better. Now, I know this is probably all over YouTube, and I'm not stealing it from anybody, but I want to show the people that I care about in my community what it's like to take a problem and fix it, right? Come up with your own, right? And I've done a little few things differently than other videos on this to make it my own. Well, we're going to make him something that is more user-friendly and not quite as embarrassing, because I do think it hurts his feelings, right? We got to think about that, the emotional awareness of a dog that could chew your leg off. Anyway, that being said, what we did is we went ahead and measured his collar, and his collar is roughly around the outside rim of this bowl. So that's what I did, is I got this bowl. Now what you want to do, now I tried to find pool noodles because they're thicker, and that would be better, but it's not that season. So the dollar store didn't have nobody had them. I guess they send things back. I would think they'd put them in the back room, but what do I know? Anyway, you take, this here is pipe insulation, which is something handy to have around at your house, especially in SHTF if the weather freezes, right? Oh, stop, killer. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this and cut it into pieces about that. That's about 2 inches, inch and a half, depending on the size of your dog's neck, right? Because the bigger the neck, the longer these can be. But we're not done with these yet. Now, you could take them and just put a leash through these, cut some, I've seen them cut them about that big and just put leashes through there and not make it all custom and just put that around the dog's neck. And that will work just fine. And that's the fast way to do it. But the gaps in between and these things slide around, you know, I just don't want to run the risk of him actually getting his things, because we all know right now he really enjoys licking them. So he's going to be upset that they're gone, and he's going to want to try and lick what's not there. So until it heals, we don't want that to happen, right? Right, because we love Benny. Anyway, so you cut a bunch of these pieces like this. And then what you do is you take your pocket knife. Now look, you're going to see how sharp my pocket knife is again, and maybe I'll cut myself. Hey, you be quiet. Don't try to steal the show like always. Benny, knock it off. Anyway, so you got them cut square. So what you want to do is the side with the slit in it, because they always have a slit, that you want to go towards the outside. You want the solid part in the inside. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to cut a taper in it all the way around, just like that. Now I'll show you here in a minute. I'm going to cut me a taper so that there's a bevel in it. See what I did there? See how I cut that? That goes on there. See how it's tapered? Right. Now you want to do that to both sides, right? And you want to make sure it's even, right? So it's got directly across from the slit side. So we're going to stick this in, and we're just going to, like that, to the slit. Look at that. Almost like I'm good at this, right? And then we're going to cut this to the slit right there. Now look, see we got a V-shaped thing like that? I'll show you why. I don't know what the degree is, and it'll vary between dogs and the width of this, because you see these things won't bend real well. See, you can't. It's not like you can bend it around. That won't feel good to them, right? Right. So we're cutting a bunch of these, right? And then that's what I got this for. Is you kind of place it around. This is like the gauge of Benny's neck, right? Mr. Thick Neck. So we're going to take this next one, and There's your slit, and we're going to come over here to the other side, and we're going to just start cutting a taper. Right? Boom, just like that. And just like that. Now we're going to do another taper on this side here. Oh, look at that. All right. All right. So as you can see, if you put the skinny sides together and the wider sides like this, you see how it starts to bend, right? And we're going to do one more just so you can get the example. But I know you guys are sharp enough, but we're going to do it just in case, you know, his family in California is watching. Because remember I said he was liberal. We got to do things twice. Anyway, we're going to go like that. And then we're going to, haven't cut myself yet. We're doing pretty good. Oh, there's a slit. So we're going to go across from the slit, down like that. All right. Okay. So now that we got those all cut, see how that, it starts to bend around, right? So, and then you just keep doing that and placing them around like this until you got enough and maybe cut one extra, right? Now, what I did is fast forward, boom, just like that. Look at that. Now you'll see right inside there, there's the buckle to a collar. Now I got a collar. You can see it running in there. See it? That's why we have the slit sides towards the outside, so we can have access. You see that? I run a collar through there. Now what I had to do, because I couldn't get a collar long enough, hope he's not chewing on anything important. What is he chewing on? That's okay. All right. So back at it. So now that we got our collar in there, you can see we got this nice collar from the dollar store, right? And what you do is you start taping these together right here. What I did is I just started taping these together. Take this. Now get the good duct tape, right? The Gorilla duct tape, because it really sticks well. And you tape all of the skinnier ends together just to hold them. Just like that. See that? And then we'll just take this and we'll take this other one with the inside like that. See how it's starting to do the bend, right? And we just went like this. Now I did that all the way around to get my shape, so you can kind of see how I did that. And now you can see I got this one down here. That's where the buckle is. Now you should be able to get a collar big enough that you can just do it with one collar. And you just have it out. And then what I would do is, even if you have to use two collars, which I did, I had to connect two larges because I didn't have any extra larges at the store, the dollar store. And I'm trying to do this on the cheap for you guys. So what I did is I bought two larges and I clicked them together in here. That's why I got my buckle. See, there's the other buckle, and that way I could work it through. You could do every other one, just cut the slit all the way, and that way you can fish it through. Now, what I did is, once I got it adjusted to where it's just enough where I open it like this, I can get it to buckle, I took it all out again, and then I stitched the collar together so that it wouldn't slide out from adjustment. You know what I mean? That way, because you know those adjusters and the cheap collars don't hold very well. So I just threw a little stitch in that it would hold tight. Now, if you have one collar, you won't need to do that. You see how nice that is? Now, what you do, grab that. Grab this, I'll buckle that back together. Okay, so now what I did is I take a strip like this, right? A long skinny strip, and I place it right along that seam. You see that seam right there? We're gonna tape that one, and this is what I did all the way around. Boy, he's into something. And I place this all the way around so that it goes like that. Now you can see that seam is all the way taped up, right? And then you take another one. So I'm going to take another one of these here. A piece about that long. And then I'm going to split it down. Stick that on my lights. My lights are probably changing on you, right? And then I'm gonna tape this next one the same way. And I start on the inside and I go around to the outside. See how sticky that tape is? Keeping that seam tight together and just going all the way around. Now, you you'll see how I got both seams taped right there, right? And you get it stuck real good. Now I'm going to take a full wide piece. Boy, he's having fun, ain't he? I'm going to have to ruin that. Probably tore up something he wasn't supposed to. Anyway, so now where I got those two seams taped together, or was it this one? I think it was that one. Those two seams taped together. I'm going to start on the inside here. And you kind of want to make sure you get it, you know, square. And that way you can wrap this all the way around. Hey, gotta get it here. Maybe if I set it down. There we go. Okay, so you wrap it all the way around, keeping it kind of tight, and then just stick it down good. Now you see how that made a nice finish right there, right? So the seams are kind of double protected, and this foamy stuff. Now you don't have to color that foamy stuff. Now if I'd have got a pool noodle, because they're colorful and pretty, I probably wouldn't have done that. I got them a nice blue one, and I'd have left like black duct tape with these little bands because they'd probably hold enough, and then have the colors in between. But since I couldn't do that and couldn't get a pool noodle, this is what we're doing since it's just black insulation. So now what you do is you just put this around the head of the dog, you know, like I showed you, right? You got your buckle here, and you put it around the head of the dog, and then this keeps him from being able to do that final bend, right? Like if you had it around your neck, that final bend. Well, here, I'll show you. I don't think I can get it around my thick neck, but we'll do it like this. So if I was here, see, I can't get, now, if I could lick my junk, which don't we all? Anyway, I can't get at it, right? I can't quite get my neck. That's the idea. And see how much better this looks and how much more functional this is for him eating? Because with the cone of shame, you have to take it off for him to eat, right? They're not easy for him to eat or drink with. Now, I know you can trim them down, but they're just not as effective as doing this. So that's what we've built for Benny. If you ever have to do that, and this isn't just used for trimming his junk, because, you know, say in SHTF, he gets hurt, he gets a stick stuck through his hindquarters, you have to put a drain in and sew him up, right? Clean him up real good, that kind of stuff. These are all things we're going to have to do by ourselves. So that being said, we need to figure out how to take care of ourselves, because it's not like they're going to be producing cones of shame, right? Well, I might make some for the guys that don't follow the rules in the mag, but other than that, you know, you're going to have to make things like this out of stuff you have. And this is stuff you could get. Now, if you didn't have a collar, you could just run a piece of rope through there and tie it, right? And that would work too. And it could even be just paracord, because this will all be like inside of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up. You guys put your comments down in the comment section. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know if you have any ideas, thoughts, suggestions, things like that. And or best wishes to Benny's marbles. And well, when we get it all finished, I'll get it on him, and you'll be able to see him with it on it, and you'll be able to give him some prayers and love after his surgery, right? Right, because I'll let you guys know, and I'll let you know how this is doing, if it's effective or not. But I think it will be. So until next time, be safe, be secure, always be aware of your surroundings, and be getting prepared and ready for anything that may come your way. As you guys all know, I say, adios.